What's up, Automation Nation? Welcome to this session of the 25 days of automation. We are on day 16. I gotta check the date. I need to make sure these days are flying past. Again, I'm Justin Morgan of AutomationMastery.net, here to help you automate your business, master your destiny, and maximize your impact. Hope everybody's doing well and that you've been sticking through all of these tough tasks I've been giving you, that you've been trying to keep pace, that you've been trying to keep up. I know that it is a lot, but it'll be worth it. So at the end of these 25 days, you will have had a full and set up system for your business. Something that you've probably been going without for quite some time. So here it is. But again, you got to keep up. And that's the thing. You just got to make sure you're keeping up. So today kind of follows up. Probably would have been a harder day. So yesterday, I tasked you with the job of finishing your final presentation. And that's quite the task to fill. Okay. So the whole point of this was you want to be able to set up a system that allows the best salesperson in your business, the person who knows your business the best, the person who knows the in and outs, the person that knows all the benefits, all the perks, all the features, knows all the downfalls, the plus, the minus, the pros, and the cons of your product and your service, knows it like the back of their hand. Allow that person to sell 24 hours a day, 365 days a year without any breaks, any disruptions, any complaining, and no sleep required. And that salesperson is you, and the system that allows you to do that is a webinar system. And so the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take that finished presentation, and there's two things, right? There's two things you're going to end up doing. Some of you may have practiced and you did the best presentation ever. Great. You're going to set that up as an automated webinar, okay? Some of you have not done that yet, and you have rehearsed it, but you maybe recorded it, didn't turn out so well. You're still trying to launch what you need to do, and so I'm going to challenge you to do your first webinar as a live webinar. Now, Justin, how do I do that? Again, the technical stuff, you can Google, and there's plenty of stuff you can search on that. If you're inside of Tech Labs, then there'll be additional videos, and of course, you're going to ask me questions. But I'm going to show you some software options, at least ones that I recommend right now. There are plenty out there, so don't think that you're limited to the ones I'm sharing with you, but you can do those. So again, you're going to either do a live webinar or you're going to set up your recorded webinar, okay? Once you do your first live webinar, then you're going to go back and then set that one up as an automated webinar. So first you're going to do a live, then set up as an automated one. The reason you do that is because the energy that you kind of get from doing it live is way different than if you're doing it pre-recorded, right? Where it's just you. When you have the expectation that somebody else may be watching you right then and there, you tend to interact differently, and it's in a good way, right? And you also got to remember that it's not perfect, which is fine. So again, most of us want to do the perfect presentation, but the perfect presentation isn't defined by whether you do it perfectly. So the perfect presentation isn't defined by whether you do it perfectly. This is defined by you doing it and that it's effective. Okay? So by doing it and you find it's effective, then it isn't perfect. And by effective, that means it gets sales, it gets opt-ins, it gets people to take action into whatever thing you wanted them to do. That's the effectiveness. Okay, so it's not perfect just because it's perfect by how effective it is. All right. So that's your task for today. The software I set up an automated webinar. And so I could do this the same way. I could also do a pre-recorded webinar as well if I wanted to, using ClickFunnels. But I did set up a automated webinar. It just depends on what I use as the video. So I could go on here, set this up as a live webinar. Just mean that I would embed, I know some techno babble, right? So I would put in a link. So to simplify it, oversimplify it, I would take a link from where I was doing my live broadcast and then put it onto the page, which you'll see there's an option for, versus if it was an automated webinar, I would just upload that video to YouTube and then put the link to YouTube in here. Okay, so that's the difference, right? So you have that option. So this is I use ClickFunnels for this one. And again, it's fairly straightforward. Again, you got some copy here, the time. They can opt in with their info. I haven't put their phone number in so that way I can send them a text reminder. You don't necessarily have to do that. And again, that could affect your conversion rates. That is possible. But also, you know, if somebody really wants this, I want to make sure they get notified. So I want to get their cell phone numbers. That way I can send them a text message. That way they have zero excuse for not showing up for the thing that they wanted in the first place. Right? They wanted to opt in for it. So why not remind them? Okay. The platform I use for the live webinar very often to record with is actually Zoom. So that's the one of my favorites, like Zoom. I actually really enjoy Zoom. I can do things via XSplit now if I want to. Like you can see me now on screen and you can see my screen. I can do presentations that way too if I want. But if I'm doing it live, so if I'm pre-recording it, you know, XSplit would be the thing for me. I can also do it in Zoom too. Zoom though is very good with the live, right? So if I want to do it live to a group, to a private group, you just want to send out the link and then send them to Zoom. That is also a great way to get a webinar in. And I like it. I enjoy it. And it gives you a different way to interact with the people in there versus, you know, some of the other live platforms. It's kind of just you to everybody. There's no way to really interact. Within Zoom, you know, there's a chat function and all that stuff, and everybody can kind of interact with each other. So it's a nice place. And then lastly, one is EverWebinar. I've used it before, and I like it. I mean, it works for what it needs to do. Is it the best? But is it good enough? Yes. I mean, I'm just telling you these because these are the ones from my experience that I'm actually recommending. There are other ones that I've used, and there are also other ones that I'm familiar with, so I know it exists. But again, I'm just not recommending them because either A, knowing that it exists is not my expertise. B is just maybe I haven't used it, or C, I just don't like it, right, as much. Okay. And then lastly, Hangouts on Air is another great way to do live, because if you want to get other people in, that's the other benefit to Zoom too, is if you're going to get other people in on your recording, in terms of them being on camera, that's a great system to do it on. Okay. So go out and do something cool. Again, there's some other platforms that also have webinar features. Kartra. Geez. I don't know if Kartra does. This place called 10-Minute Funnels does. Builderall does. Of course, like I said, EverWebinar. As I said, there's Webinar Jam. That's another good one. It's a little pricey, but it is a good one. There's GoToMeeting. Haven't used it personally, but again, it's another solid platform as well. So again, you have options. So there's a other alternative. Okay, so if you don't feel like you can do a presentation this way, it's like, Justin, I suck on screen. Do a conference call. So that's your other option. It's just pure audio and do a conference call. Just look up free conference call software, and you'll find some options. Okay, that's it. That's the task for today. Go out, do it. The winner for today. Let's see. Boom. You shall get my assistance in setting up your webinar system. Just let me know. Follow the instructions over on Facebook.com/JustinMOfficial. Facebook.com/Justin M as in Morgan official. Follow the instructions in the pinned post. And once you do that, you'll be eligible to, claim your prize. So some folks may be out there and want something, don't even know because they haven't followed the instructions yet. All right. Make sure you share this with a friend, family member, or a foe because they need this information too. I appreciate you. I'm Justin Morgan of AutomationMastery.net. Again, make sure you automate your business, master your destiny, and maximize your impact. I'll see you in the next task. And as usual, treat each day as a building block to a better future. Peace.